My beloved child, stop here for a moment and let your heart become quiet before me. Do not rush past this word. Do not let the noise of the day pull you away so quickly. I have drawn you into this moment with tenderness, not by accident, not by chance, not because your steps wandered here without meaning. I saw you before you arrived. I knew the weight you carried before you tried to explain it. I heard the thoughts you could not speak out loud. I saw the tired place behind your smile, the questions you kept hidden, and the quiet hope you were almost afraid to feel again. So breathe with me. Let your shoulders soften. Let your thoughts slow down. Let the inner storm settle beneath the covering of my peace. My beloved child, I am not speaking to you from a faraway place. I am near. I am nearer than the breath moving through your chest. I am nearer than the memory that still aches within you. I am nearer than the fear that has tried to convince you that you are walking alone. You are not alone. You have never been unseen. There are moments in life that do not arrive with thunder. They come gently like a candle being lit in a quiet room after the power has gone out. They do not force your attention. They invite it. They do not frighten your soul. They steady it. This is such a moment. I have paused you here because your heart needs to hear me again. Not the voice of worry, not the voice of pressure, not the voice of old disappointment. My voice. The voice that calls you beloved before you prove anything. The voice that speaks peace before you understand everything. The voice that remains steady when every other sound around you keeps changing. My beloved child, you have been carrying more than I asked you to carry. You have been trying to hold tomorrow in hands that were made to receive grace for today. You have been replaying yesterday as though pain could be healed by studying it endlessly. But I did not bring you here to make you wrestle harder. I brought you here to let you rest in my presence. Scripture says that I know the plans I have for my people. Plans for peace and not for harm. Plans to give a future and a hope. Hold that close, not as a distant verse, but as a living word over your own life. I am not confused about your path. I am not surprised by what has happened. I am not late in the places where you feel delayed. What you call interruption, I may be using as protection. What you call silence, I may be using as formation. What you call waiting, I may be using to widen your heart. My beloved child, do not measure my love by the speed of visible answers. A seed beneath the soil does not look alive to the hurried eye, yet hidden life is working in the dark. Roots are reaching. Strength is forming. The future tree is already being prepared in a place no one can see. So it is with you. There are things I have been forming beneath the surface of your life. There are prayers you thought disappeared, but they were received by me. There are tears you thought fell with no witness, but I held them. There are small acts of faithfulness you thought did not matter, but I counted them as precious. You may feel ordinary today. You may feel tired today. You may feel as if your story has been slower than the stories around you. But my beloved child, I do not write your life by comparison. I do not bless you by copying another person's timeline. I lead you according to my wisdom, my love, and the purpose I placed within you before you understood your own name. Remember Hannah, who carried a silent ache while others misunderstood her tears. She poured out her soul before me when words could barely hold the weight of her longing. People saw only her outward grief, but I saw the prayer beneath it. In time, what she surrendered before me became part of a much larger story. I am the same God with you. I see what others misread. I hear what others never noticed. I understand the ache beneath your quietness. That is why I am asking you to stop here and quiet your heart. Not because your life is unimportant, not because nothing needs attention, but because your soul cannot hear clearly while fear is shouting inside. Let me lower the volume of anxiety. Let me place my hand over the places that tremble. Let me remind you that you do not need to solve your whole life in this one moment. You only need to be with me here, right here, in this breath, in this pause, in this gentle turning of your attention back to the one who has never left you. My beloved child, I am placing peace upon you now. Receive it slowly. Do not argue with it. Do not say you are too broken to receive it. Do not say you have wandered too far. My mercy is not fragile. My love is not easily exhausted. My presence is not reserved only for the strong. I come close to the weary. I come close to the wounded. I come close to the one who still turns their face toward me, even with trembling faith. Let this moment become a doorway, Let it mark the place where your soul stopped running from room to room inside itself and finally sat down before me. Let it become the quiet beginning of renewed trust. I am not here to condemn you. I am here to call you closer. I am here to breathe hope into places that have been dry for too long. I am here to remind you that your life is still in my hands, and my hands are gentle, strong, and faithful. I have not forgotten the promise I whispered over you, and I have not stopped guiding the path your eyes cannot yet see with perfect love. So stay with me. Quiet your heart. Listen again. And as you continue listening, I will show you that what you have called waiting, I have been using as preparation, because the season that felt delayed has been shaping your heart for blessings larger than your fear could imagine. My beloved child, I have asked you to quiet your heart because I want you to see your waiting through my eyes. What you call waiting, I call preparation. I know waiting has not felt simple. It has felt heavy. It has felt long. It has felt like standing outside a closed gate, while others seem to walk through their doors easily. You have wondered why certain prayers have not opened yet. You have wondered why some dreams still feel wrapped in silence. You have watched seasons pass and asked in the secret place, Father, did I miss something? Did you forget? Did my time pass by while I was trying to remain faithful? My beloved child, I did not forget you. I have not misplaced your promise. I have not ignored the longing you placed before me. Waiting is not always emptiness. Sometimes waiting is the hidden workshop where I strengthen what cannot be rushed. Sometimes waiting is the quiet field where roots grow deeper before branches become visible. Sometimes waiting is my loving protection, keeping you from entering a door before your heart has the strength, wisdom, and peace to stand inside it. You see the closed door. I see the formation happening before it opens. You see the slow road. I see the capacity being built with every step. You see time passing. I see the vessel being made ready to carry what I desire to pour. My beloved child, a cup can only hold what it has capacity to receive. If I pour more than the vessel can carry, what was meant as blessing can become overwhelming. So I enlarge you first. I teach your heart to breathe. I deepen your trust. I loosen your grip on fear. I remove the need to prove yourself. I make room inside you for the peace that must remain when the answer comes. This is preparation, not punishment, not rejection, not abandonment. Preparation. Scripture says that those who wait for me will renew their strength. They will rise with wings like eagles. They will run and not grow weary. My beloved child, waiting in me does not drain the soul the way anxious waiting does. Anxious waiting keeps counting what is missing. Waiting with me receives strength while the road is still hidden. There is a difference. One waits with clenched hands, the other waits with a listening heart. One waits in fear of being forgotten. The other waits in trust that my timing carries wisdom. I am teaching you the second way. I know you have tried to force answers before. You have pushed doors, explained yourself too much, compared your life with others, and wondered if speed meant favor. But my beloved child, not every fast thing is fruitful. Some fruit picked too early carries no sweetness. Some paths entered too soon bring burdens I never asked you to carry. Some relationships, positions, and opportunities would have looked like answers, but they would have pulled your heart away from my peace. So I held you back, not because I did not love you, because I did. Remember Elizabeth. For many years her arms remained empty, while others may have assumed her story had reached its end. She carried a longing that time seemed to mock. Yet I had appointed a child for her house, and that child would carry a voice prepared for a holy purpose. John did not arrive according to human expectation. He arrived according to my appointed time. Do you see, my beloved child? A delay in your eyes may be alignment in mine. A quiet season may be the place where I am preparing not only the gift, but the purpose connected to it. Elizabeth did not merely receive a child. She received part of a divine story larger than her private sorrow. So it is with you. Some answers I am preparing are not only for your comfort, they are tied to purpose, testimony, healing, and the lives of others who will one day be strengthened because you learned to trust me here. This is why I ask you not to curse the waiting. Do not speak death over the season I am using to form life. Do not say nothing is happening because you cannot see movement on the surface. There are things growing beneath you. There are roots deepening. There is wisdom forming. There is discernment awakening. There is a quieter strength rising inside that would not have been formed if everything had arrived when you first asked. My beloved child, I know waiting can reveal wounds. It reveals impatience. It reveals fear. It reveals the places where you still believe you must be in control to be safe. But I do not reveal those things to shame you. I reveal them to heal you. I use the waiting season to show you where your heart still trembles. Then I teach that trembling place to rest in me. Bring me the questions. Bring me the disappointment. Bring me the ache of watching others receive what you still desire. Bring me the tiredness of hoping again. I am not offended by your honesty. A sincere heart does not frighten me. I can hold your questions and still lead you forward. I can receive your tears and still plant hope inside them. My beloved child, the waiting season is not meant to make you passive. It is meant to make you prepared. There are things to learn here. There are habits to release here. There are prayers to deepen here. There are motives to purify here. There are quiet acts of obedience that are shaping the person you will be when the next door opens. Wait with me, not apart from me. Let the waiting become a place of communion, not a prison. Let it become a classroom of peace, not a room of resentment. Let it become soil, not a grave. You are not buried. You are planted. And what is planted in my care will rise in the season I have appointed. My beloved child, I am not asking you to pretend the waiting has never hurt. I am asking you to trust that the hurt is not the final meaning of the season. I am working while you wait. I am strengthening while you rest. I am arranging while you cannot see. I am preparing what belongs to you, and I am preparing you for what belongs ahead. So breathe again. Do not rush your own becoming. Do not call my timing cruel. Do not compare your hidden growth to another person's visible harvest. Stay near me in the waiting. Let my peace become the evidence that you are still being led. Let my word become the bread that carries you through this quiet place. What you call waiting, I call preparation. And when the appointed moment comes, you will see that I was not delaying love. I was shaping you to receive it without fear. And as you continue listening, I will teach you to walk by faith, not by full sight, because you do not need the entire road revealed before you take the next step today. My beloved child, I have shown you that what you call waiting, I call preparation. Now I want to teach your heart how to move while the full road is still hidden. Walk by faith, not by full sight. I know you want clarity. I know you want the whole picture. I know you want to understand where every turn will lead before you place your foot on the path. But my beloved child, if I showed you everything at once, your heart might become overwhelmed by the distance instead of strengthened by my presence. You were not created to carry the weight of the entire journey in one day. You were created to walk with me step by step, breath by breath, light by light. Faith does not demand the whole road. Faith listens for my voice in the next step. Faith says, Father, I do not see everything, but I trust the one who sees what I cannot. My beloved child, the desire to see everything often comes from fear. You think if you know enough, you will be safe. If you can predict enough, you will not be disappointed. If you can control enough, you will not be hurt. But safety is not found in controlling the future. Safety is found in walking with me through it. I am your guide. I am your covering. I am the one who goes before you and remains beside you. Scripture says that my word is a lamp to your feet and a light to your path. A lamp does not always show the mountain ahead. It shows where to place your foot next. It gives enough light for obedience, enough light for trust, enough light to keep you from standing still in fear. My beloved child, I know this can feel uncomfortable. You would prefer a map. You would prefer a guarantee. You would prefer a voice that explains every delay, every turn, every closed door, every quiet season, every person who left, and every promise that has not yet fully appeared. But there are some things you will understand only while walking. There are some lessons that cannot be received from a distance. There are some strengths that awaken only when your foot touches the ground of obedience. Do not wait for perfect certainty before you obey. My peace. Perfect certainty is not the same as faith. Faith often begins with a small yes while questions still sit in the room. Faith is not pretending you have no questions. Faith is choosing to trust me more deeply than the questions that remain. Remember Abraham. I called him to go to a place he did not yet know. He left the familiar, not because he had every detail, but because he trusted the one who called. He did not walk with full sight. He walked with promise. He did not hold a complete map. He held my word. So it is with you. You may not know all that is ahead, but you have my presence. You may not understand the timing, but you have my faithfulness. You may not see the final shape, but you have my hand forming the road under your feet. My beloved child, do not despise the small step. Many people wait for a dramatic sign while I am giving them a quiet instruction. They want the heavens to open, but I may be asking them to forgive one person, make one call, rest for one day, return to prayer, release one fear, or stop agreeing with one lie. Small obedience is not small in my kingdom. A single step taken with me can shift the direction of a life. A quiet yes can open a door inside the soul. A small act of trust can become the place where courage begins to grow. My beloved child, walking by faith also means accepting that my pace may not match your impatience. I do not rush because fear is loud. I do not delay because I am careless. I move with wisdom. I know when your heart needs more strength. I know when a door is not ready. I know when a relationship opportunity or answer would pull you away from what I am forming. Trust my pace. Trust my pauses. Trust my hidden guidance. There will be times when I ask you to move, and there will be times when I ask you to wait. Both can be faith. Moving without me is not courage. Waiting with me is not weakness. The question is not whether you are moving fast. The question is whether you are moving with me. My beloved child, fear will ask for proof before obedience. Faith asks for my presence. Fear says, show me everything, then I will follow. Faith says, stay with me, and I will take the next step. Fear stares at the unknown until it becomes larger than my promise. Faith keeps its eyes on me until the unknown becomes a place where my faithfulness can be revealed. Lift your eyes, not to deny the difficulty, not to pretend the road is easy, but to remember that the road is not empty. I am on it with you. When the Israelites followed the cloud and the fire, they did not control the route. They followed my presence. The cloud moved, and they moved. The cloud rested, and they rested. This was not confusion. It was dependence. I was teaching them that the safest place was not the place that looked easiest, but the place where my presence led. I am teaching you the same. Do not chase a path simply because it looks clear if my peace is not there. Do not reject a path simply because it begins quietly if my presence is leading you. Learn to recognize the difference between comfort and confirmation. Comfort may keep you where fear feels familiar. Confirmation carries peace, even when the step requires courage. My beloved child, there is a kind of peace that does not answer every question, yet steadies the heart enough to walk. Receive that peace. Let it become the sound beneath your thoughts. Let it quiet the need to know everything today. Let it teach your soul to say, I can take one step with God. That is enough for now. One step, one prayer, one act of obedience, one surrendered breath, one moment of trust. Do not make the journey heavier than I have made it. I give grace for the step before you, not for every imagined fear ahead. When tomorrow comes, my grace will meet you there too. Until then, walk with me here. My beloved child, walk by faith, not by full sight. You do not need to see the end to trust the shepherd. You do not need the whole road to follow the light. You do not need every answer to remain close to my voice. And as you continue listening, I will invite you to bring me your weariness, because faith is not carried by a soul pretending to be strong, but by a heart willing to come close and receive rest from me with quiet trust today. My beloved child, I have shown you how to walk by faith when the whole road is not yet visible. Now I want you to stop pretending that faith means you must never feel tired. Come to me with your weariness. You do not have to hide it. You do not have to dress it in strong words. You do not have to cover it with a smile and tell me you are fine when your heart has been carrying more than it can explain. I already know. I know the weight behind your silence. I know the heaviness that settles in your chest when the day becomes quiet. I know the prayers that sound less like confidence and more like a tired whisper. I know the moments when you keep going because you must not, because your strength feels full. My beloved child, I am not disappointed by your tiredness. I am not offended by your weakness. I am not asking you to arrive before me polished, perfect, and untouched by life. I am asking you to come. Come with the questions. Come with the tears. Come with the part of you that has been trying to stay strong for everyone else. Come with the places where hope feels thin. Come with the burdens you never meant to carry this long. My son said, "Come to me, all who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest." That invitation is not only for people whose lives look broken on the outside. It is also for the one who appears responsible, steady, kind, and capable, while inwardly wondering how much longer they can keep standing. My beloved child, I see the hidden exhaustion of the faithful. I see the one who serves while tired. I see the one who gives encouragement while needing it. I see the one who prays for others while longing for someone to notice their own pain. I see the one who keeps showing up, even when their soul feels dry. You have not been invisible to me. There is a kind of tiredness that sleep alone cannot heal. It comes from carrying fear too long, from trying to control what was never yours, to control from being strong without resting, from giving without receiving, from hoping and being disappointed, from smiling while your heart is asking for resin, shelter. That kind of weariness needs more than a pause. It needs my presence. It needs the gentle place where your soul can stop performing and simply be held. My beloved child, I am that place for you. Do not believe the lie that you must earn rest after everything is solved. Rest is not only a reward at the end of the road. Rest is strength for the road. I give rest in the middle of unfinished things. I give peace while questions remain. I give breath while the mountain still stands before you. You may still have responsibilities tomorrow. You may still need to make decisions. You may still need to walk through difficult conversations. But you do not have to do it with a soul that is empty. Come to me now, and let me begin to refill what life has drained. Remember Elijah when he sat beneath the broom tree, exhausted after great pressure. He did not need a lecture in that moment. He did not need condemnation. I gave him rest. I gave him food. I allowed him to sleep. Then I spoke to him with gentleness, not with violence, not with shame, but with a voice quiet enough for his weary soul to receive. My beloved child, I know when you need correction, and I know when you need bread. I know when you need direction, and I know when you need rest. I know when your spirit is ready to move, and I know when your body and heart need to be tended with tenderness. Do not call yourself weak because you need care. Even those I love deeply must learn to receive. Even those I use must learn to rest. Even those who walk by faith must sometimes sit down beside still waters and allow me to restore their soul. You have carried the expectation of being strong for too long. Strong for family, strong for work, strong for others, strong through disappointment, strong while waiting, strong while healing. But my beloved child, strength that never returns to me becomes strain. Service that never rests becomes bitterness. Faith that never breathes becomes pressure. I do not want you to live under a holy name while carrying an unholy burden. Let me separate what I gave you from what fear placed upon you. I gave you love. Fear gave you the need to please everyone. I gave you responsibility. Fear gave you the belief that everything depends on you. I gave you compassion. Fear gave you the habit of carrying pain that belongs in my hands. I gave you perseverance. Fear gave you the refusal to rest. Now bring it all to me and let me show you what is mine and what is not. My beloved child, your weariness is not proof that you have failed. Sometimes it is a signal that you have been carrying weight without letting me carry you. Sometimes it is your soul asking to return to the shepherd. Sometimes it is the quiet cry of your heart saying, I need to be loved, not only useful. You are not only useful to me, you are beloved by me. Before you served, you were beloved. Before you understood, you were beloved. Before you became strong for anyone, you were beloved. Rest in that. Let my love reach the places that have only known duty. Let my kindness soften the places that have been tightened by pressure. Let my peace enter the places where your thoughts keep circling. My beloved child, you do not need to explain every wound perfectly. Just bring me the ache. You do not need to have the right words. Just turn toward me. You do not need to prove that your pain is worthy of attention. I am already attentive to you today with patient love now. Lay it down. The fear, the pressure, the unfinished conversations, the old grief, the hidden disappointment, the need to keep holding everything together. Place it in my hands, one breath at a time. I will not mishandle what you surrender. I will not shame what you confess. I will not turn away from the tired heart that comes to me honestly. Come to me with your weariness. Let this be the moment your soul remembers that rest is not weakness. Rest is trust. Rest is surrender. Rest is the child leaning back into the Father's arms and discovering that love was never waiting for perfect strength. I am here. I am near. I am holding you. And as you continue listening, I will show you that the healing I begin in you will not stop with you, because the comfort you receive from my hand will one day overflow into the lives of others who are also longing for hope, tenderness, and peace. My beloved child, I have invited you to bring me your weariness and receive rest from my hand. Now I want you to understand something beautiful about the healing I am beginning within you. Your healing will overflow to others. I am not healing you only so you can feel better for a moment. I am not restoring your heart only so you can hide that restoration away. I am not pouring peace into you only for your private comfort. My beloved child, when my love fills a wounded place, it becomes a spring. It does not remain locked inside the soul. It begins to move through your words, your eyes, your patience, your gentleness, and the quiet way you stand near others who are hurting. You may not notice it at first. You may simply become softer. You may listen more carefully. You may judge less quickly. You may speak with a tenderness that did not come from easy days, but from the mercy I gave you in hard ones. This is how healing overflows. Not always through a stage. Not always through a title. Not always through a great public moment. Often it flows through one peaceful presence in a room where someone else feels unseen. My beloved child, the comfort I give you is not wasted. My word says that I comfort you in your troubles, so you may comfort others with the comfort you have received from me. This does not mean you must become responsible for everyone's pain. It means the places I restore in you can become places where compassion grows. Your scars do not have to become shame. Placed in my hands, they can become testimony. Your tears do not have to remain only memory. Placed in my hands, they can become wisdom. Your long nights do not have to end in silence. Placed in my hands, they can become a lamp for someone else walking through a similar dark hallway. My beloved child, do not underestimate the quiet influence of a healed heart. The world is full of people who speak loudly from unhealed wounds. They answer with anger because anger is what they know. They withdraw because fear taught them to hide. They criticize because shame still lives inside them. But when I heal you, I teach you a different way. You become less eager to wound back. You become slower to assume the worst. You become able to sit with another person's sorrow without needing to fix everything immediately. You become a living sign that pain does not have to turn the heart bitter. This is light. This is witness. This is my grace moving through ordinary life. Remember Peter, after he had denied my son. He knew the ache of failure. He knew what it felt like to weep over his own weakness. Yet my son restored him with love and gave him a calling to strengthen others. The very man who had fallen became a shepherd to many. His failure was not the final word, because my mercy had spoken louder. So it is with you. I do not define you by the seasons that wounded you. I do not define you by the times you were exhausted. I do not define you by the moments when fear spoke louder than faith. I define you by my love, my mercy, and the work I am still doing within you. My beloved child, someone will need the gentleness you are learning now. Someone will need the patience that is being formed through your waiting. Someone will need the honesty that is being born from your healing. Someone will need to see that a person can go through pain and still carry kindness, still carry hope, still carry a steady light. Do not believe that your quiet growth is useless. Healed roots feed branches. Clean water refreshes dry ground. A heart restored by me can become shelter for someone who is still afraid to come out of the storm. This does not mean you must pour yourself out until you become empty again. I'm not asking you to abandon your own soul in order to help others. That was never my way. You must remain near the source. You must let me fill you before you give. You must let my peace remain in you, not merely pass through you. My beloved child, overflow is different from exhaustion. Exhaustion gives from fear. Overflow gives from fullness. Exhaustion says, I must save everyone. Overflow says, I have received mercy, and I can share mercy where you lead me. Exhaustion loses peace while helping. Overflow carries peace into the help it gives. Let me teach you this difference. You are not the healer. I am. You are not the source. I am. You are not the savior of every wounded heart. I am. Your part is to stay close enough to me that my compassion can flow through you without crushing you. There will be moments when a simple word from you carries more weight than you realize. A sentence spoken gently, a prayer offered quietly, a listening ear, a smile that is not forced, a calm answer when someone expected anger. These things may seem small, but in my kingdom, small vessels can carry great grace. My beloved child, I am making your life a witness not by removing every difficulty, but by teaching you to walk through difficulty without losing love. People will see the difference. Some may not understand it, but they will feel it. They will sense that your peace has roots. They will notice that your kindness is not shallow. They will wonder how your heart remained tender when life could have made it hard. Let your answer be me. Not with pride, not with pressure, not by preaching at every person, but by living close to me, by forgiving when I lead you, by speaking truth with humility, by offering comfort without pretending you know every answer, by carrying hope without denying that pain is real. My beloved child, this is how my love spreads. It moves from healed place to hurting place. It moves through a life that has learned to rest in me. It moves through the one who no longer needs to prove they are strong because they have discovered that my strength is enough. This overflow will be gentle, steady, and holy because it will come from my presence, not from striving or fear. Your healing will overflow to others. The peace I place within you will not remain hidden forever. It will become a fragrance in your home, a steadiness in your conversations, a softness in your eyes, and a quiet courage in the way you love. So receive my healing without guilt. Let me restore you deeply. Let me comfort you honestly. Let me teach you to live as one who has been touched by mercy. And as you continue listening, I will show you that a gentle awakening is beginning, because the heart that has been healed by my love will slowly begin to notice my voice, my light, and my guidance in places it once passed by. My beloved child, I have shown you that your healing will overflow to others. Now I want you to understand the quiet movement beginning within your own soul. A gentle awakening is beginning. Do not be afraid of this awakening. It is not harsh. It is not hurried. It is not a voice shouting over your weakness. It is my love touching the places in you that have been sleeping under disappointment, fear, routine, and survival. It is my light entering slowly like morning, filling a quiet room where the curtains have been closed for a long time. At first, the brightness may feel unfamiliar. You may wonder why your heart is becoming more sensitive, why certain things no longer satisfy you, why your spirit is noticing what it once passed by without thought. My beloved child, this is not confusion. This is awakening. You are beginning to wake up to my nearness again. You are beginning to sense that life is more than managing tasks, enduring pressure, and getting through another day. You are beginning to remember that your soul was created for communion with me, for wonder, for peace, for love that reaches deeper than the noise around you. There were seasons when you moved through life with your heart guarded. You did what needed to be done. You answered the messages. You carried responsibilities. You smiled when you were tired. You kept going because stopping felt unsafe. But now I am gently calling you out of that numb place. Not with condemnation, with tenderness. Not with pressure, with invitation. Wake up, my beloved child. Not to panic, not to strive, not to fear that you are behind. Wake up to the truth that I am still here, still speaking, still guiding, still breathing life into the places you thought had grown too dry to bloom again. Scripture says that it is time to rise from sleep and light will shine upon you. I speak this over you with mercy, not force. I am not shaking you awake like someone angry. I am touching your shoulder like a father who knows the night has been long and the morning has finally begun to reach the room. My beloved child, when the soul awakens, it begins to notice differently. You may hear a simple word and feel it reach a deep place. You may see a quiet act of kindness and feel tears come unexpectedly. You may step outside and sense peace in the wind, the sky, the softness of light on ordinary ground. You may open my word and find that one sentence seems to breathe directly into your condition. These are not small things. These are signs of life returning. They are like small lamps along a dark path placed by my hand to remind you that you are being led. You are learning again to see the sacred hidden inside the ordinary. You are learning that I do not speak only in dramatic moments. I also speak in gentle impressions, in quiet peace, in a timely conversation, in the sudden desire to pray, in the warning that settles softly in your spirit, in the comfort that arrives without explanation. My beloved child, do not rush past these things. A hurried soul misses many gifts. A fearful soul misreads many signs. A distracted soul can stand near a miracle and call it coincidence. But I am teaching you to live with holy attentiveness, not suspicion, not anxiety, attentiveness, the kind of awareness that keeps your heart open to me while you walk through ordinary hours. Remember Samuel as a child in the temple. He heard his name in the night, but at first he did not understand who was calling. He had to learn to recognize my voice. He had to be taught to answer. Speak, Lord, for your servant is listening. My beloved child, many times awakening begins this way. You sense something, but you do not yet understand it fully. You hear the call, but you are still learning the sound. Be patient with yourself. I will teach you. I will not shame you for needing to learn my voice more clearly. I will not withdraw because you did not understand immediately. I am patient. I call again. I guide again. I confirm again. I am a father who delights in helping his child learn the language of heaven. My beloved child, the world has trained many hearts to stay restless. It tells you to hurry, compare, react, consume, worry, and keep filling every silence. But I am leading you into a different rhythm. I am teaching you to pause long enough to notice my presence. I am teaching you to breathe before you respond. I am teaching you to listen beneath the noise. I am teaching you to let peace become more important than constant motion. This awakening will not make you less responsible. It will make you more alive. You will still work. You will still care for what has been placed in your hands. You will still walk through real life, but you will no longer move as one who is spiritually asleep, unaware of my nearness and deaf to the quiet guidance of my spirit. You will begin to ask me into your day. You will begin to notice when peace leaves. You will begin to recognize when something is pulling you away from love. You will begin to sense the difference between holy conviction and heavy condemnation. You will begin to see that I have been closer than your fear allowed you to believe. My beloved child, awakening can feel tender because it softens places that became hard for protection. Let me soften them gently. Do not be ashamed if tears return. Tears are not always weakness. Sometimes they are the heart thawing after a long winter. Sometimes they are the soul feeling again because my warmth has reached what was frozen. Let me awaken you slowly. Let me open your eyes without overwhelming you. Let me teach you to see my fingerprints in your days. Let me bring back wonder. Let me restore the part of you that once believed goodness was still possible. You are not inventing meaning where there is none. You are learning to recognize the meaning I have been placing around you all along. I have always been speaking in love, but now your heart is becoming still enough to hear with peace again today, beloved. A gentle awakening is beginning. It may not look dramatic to others, but heaven sees it. Your heart is turning. Your hearing is sharpening. Your spirit is becoming tender again. The morning light has begun to touch the room of your soul. Stay with me in this awakening. Do not run back to numbness because feeling again is unfamiliar. Do not close your heart because hope feels risky. I am the one awakening you, and I will be gentle with what I awaken. And as you continue listening, I will teach you to notice my voice in ordinary moments, because the awakened heart begins to discover that my guidance is woven into the simple, quiet places of each day. My beloved child, I have shown you that a gentle awakening is beginning. Now I want to teach you how to live inside that awakening. Learn to notice my voice in ordinary moments. Do not wait only for something dramatic. Do not think I speak only when the sky opens, when circumstances shake, or when your emotions become intense. I am able to speak in thunder, but I also speak in quiet breath. I am able to move mountains, but I also guide through a small peace that settles gently inside your heart. I am able to send signs that cannot be ignored, but many times I place my guidance inside moments so simple that only a listening soul will recognize them. My beloved child, I am near in the ordinary. I am near when morning light enters your room. I am near when your hands touch the work of the day. I am near when you sit in silence before anyone else knows what your heart is carrying. I am near in the pause before you answer, in the thought that turns you back toward prayer, in the quiet warning that keeps you from stepping into confusion, in the comfort that comes when no one around you knows you needed it. You have often looked for me in the large answers while I was already speaking through the small invitations. A sudden peace, a remembered verse, a kind word from someone at the right time, a closed door that protected you, an open path that came without striving, a deep breath that reminded you to stop running inside yourself. These are not accidents when they draw your heart closer to me. They are traces of my presence. They are whispers of guidance. They are gentle touches from the Father who knows how to reach his child. My beloved child, the world teaches you to dismiss what is quiet. It celebrates noise, speed, display, and constant motion. It tells you that if something is not loud, it is not important. But my kingdom is often recognized by those who have learned to value the quiet. A seed grows in silence. Bread rises in hidden warmth. A child is formed in secret. A heart is healed in places no crowd can see. So do not overlook the quiet. Do not rush past the simple. Do not call ordinary what I have touched with grace. Scripture says, "The heavens declare my glory." This means creation itself carries a message. The sky does not preach with human words, yet it speaks. The birds do not explain theology, yet their song can remind a tired heart that life is still being held. The changing light at evening can tell your soul that endings can be gentle. Rain on dry ground can remind you that refreshment still comes. My beloved child, I want you to become attentive, not anxious. There is a difference. Anxiety searches for signs because it does not trust my love. Attentiveness notices my presence because it rests in my love. Anxiety asks, "Father, are you still there?" Attentiveness says, "Father, teach me to recognize how near you already are." I am teaching you attentiveness. This means slowing down enough to listen beneath the surface. It means not filling every quiet space with distraction. It means allowing your heart to ask, "What are you showing me here?" It means paying attention to peace, to conviction, to mercy, to the way my word comes alive in a moment when you need direction. My beloved child, do not make this complicated. You do not need to become strange or fearful to hear me. You do not need to turn every detail into a burden. You do not need to live suspicious of every moment. You only need a heart that remains open, humble, and near. I am not trying to hide my voice from you. I am teaching you how to recognize it. My voice will not lead you into hatred. My voice will not make you despise the person I am healing you to become. My voice will not push you into panic. Even when I correct you, I do it with truth and mercy. Even when I warn you, I do it to protect life, not to crush your soul. Remember the two disciples walking on the road after my son had risen. They thought they were only traveling with a stranger. They were speaking of sorrow, confusion, and broken expectation. Yet my son walked beside them and opened the scriptures to them. Later they realized their hearts had been burning within them while he spoke on the way. My beloved child, sometimes you recognize my voice fully only after you look back. You may not understand the moment while it is happening. You may only feel a quiet warmth, a strange peace, a sentence that stays with you, a gentle pull toward hope. Do not dismiss these things. Bring them to me. Ask me to confirm what is truly from my spirit. Ask me to clear away what comes from fear, pride. I will help you discern. I will not leave you confused when you sincerely desire my truth. My beloved child, ordinary moments become holy when your heart is awake to me. Washing a cup can become prayer when gratitude fills your spirit. Walking outside can become worship when you notice that your breath is still a gift. Listening to another person can become love when you slow down enough to truly hear them. Resting can become obedience when I am teaching you to stop living under fear. I am not absent from your daily life. I am woven through it with patient love. You will begin to notice me while you work, while you cook, while you drive, while you wait, while you sit quietly at the end of the day, while you read one sentence and feel it steady you, while you choose not to answer harshly, while you feel peace telling you to release what your hands were holding too tightly. These are moments of guidance. These are small altars. These are places where heaven touches earth inside a faithful heart. My beloved child, learn to notice my voice in ordinary moments. The more you notice, the less abandoned you will feel. The more you listen, the less you will be ruled by noise. The more you recognize my nearness, the more your days will become filled with quiet meaning. Stay awake to my presence. Let your soul become gentle enough to hear. Let your eyes become clear enough to see. Let your heart become still enough to receive. I am speaking in the simple places, and my love is meeting you in ways you once passed by without knowing. I will help you notice, and I will teach you to trust what carries my peace each new day. And as you continue listening, I will teach you to keep my words like seeds in your heart, because the voice you learn to notice must also be treasured, protected, and allowed to grow within you until it becomes part of the rhythm of your problemless life. My beloved child, I have taught you to notice my voice in ordinary moments. Now I want you to learn what to do with the words that reach your heart. Keep my words like seeds in your heart. Do not treat my words as passing sounds. Do not let them touch you for one moment and then disappear beneath the noise of the day. Do not place them among many other voices as though they carry the same weight as fear, opinion, memory, or pressure. My beloved child, when I speak peace to you, hold it. When I speak truth to you, keep it. When I remind you that I am with you, do not let anxiety steal that sentence before it has time to take root. A seed must be received. A seed must be protected. A seed must be given room. If it is thrown onto hard ground, it cannot grow. If it is choked by thorns, it cannot breathe. If it is ignored, it may never become the fruit it was meant to carry. So it is with my word inside you. I speak not only to comfort you for a passing minute, I speak to plant life within your soul. My beloved child, some days I may give you one simple word: peace, trust, wait, come closer, do not fear, I am with you. Do not despise the smallness of that word. A single word from me can hold more strength than 1,000 thoughts of worry. One sentence of truth can become bread for a long road. One promise carried with faith can steady you when the visible world feels uncertain. This is why I ask you to treasure what I speak. Scripture says that Mary kept the things spoken to her and pondered them in her heart. She did not understand every detail at once. She did not see the whole story unfolding before her in one moment, but she held the word with reverence. She allowed it to live inside her. She carried what heaven had spoken until the meaning grew clearer over time. My beloved child, learn this holy keeping. When a word from me touches you, do not rush away from it. Sit with it. Repeat it softly. Let it move from your mind into your breathing. Let it become a quiet companion while you work, while you walk, while you wait, while you face the places that once made you afraid. If I say I am with you, then carry that with you into the room where you feel alone. If I say do not fear, then let that word stand at the door of your anxious thoughts. If I say rest in me, then let that word teach your body and soul to stop living as though everything depends on your strength. My beloved child, my words are not decoration for your spirit. They are life. They are medicine. They are a lamp. They are bread. They are water for the hidden roots within you. When you keep them, they begin to change the atmosphere inside your heart. Fear may still speak, but it will no longer be the only voice. Pain may still remember, but it will no longer define the whole story. Pressure may still rise, but my word will become the ground beneath your feet. This is why the enemy of your peace tries to distract you quickly. A word that is kept becomes powerful. A promise that is guarded becomes strength. A truth that is repeated in faith begins to rebuild places inside you that lies once occupied. So guard the seed, not with fear, with love, not with tension, with devotion. Make room for my word by turning down the volume of what wounds you. Do not feed constantly on voices that make your heart restless, then wonder why peace feels weak. Do not let your mind become crowded with every worry and leave no space for what I am speaking. My beloved child, you choose what you allow to remain. You may not control every thought that passes by, but you can decide which thought receives a home. Let my word have a home in you. Let it sit at the table of your inner life. Let it answer when shame speaks. Let it rise when fear knocks. Let it sing when the night feels long. Remember Joshua. I told him to keep my instruction on his lips and meditate on it day and night so he would walk with courage and wisdom. He was stepping into responsibility greater than his own strength, but my word was to become his inner anchor. He did not need to be brave apart from me. He needed to remain filled with what I had spoken. So it is with you. You are not asked to create courage out of emptiness. You are invited to let my truth grow inside you until courage becomes the fruit. You are not asked to silence fear by human force. You are invited to let my promise become louder than fear. My beloved child, there will be days when the word feels small and the problem feels large. Keep the word anyway. There will be moments when you repeat, "My promise," and your emotions do not change immediately. Keep the word anyway. Seeds do not become trees in one afternoon. Growth often begins unseen. But what is unseen is not unreal. The word is working. The seed is opening. The root is reaching. The soil of your heart is being changed. Do not dig it up every hour to see whether it has grown. Trust the life I placed within it. Water it with prayer. Protect it with obedience. Give it sunlight through gratitude. Let patience do its work. My beloved child, my word will teach you how to speak to yourself differently. No longer only I am tired, but also my Father strengthens me. No longer only I am afraid, but also God is with me. No longer only I do not know the way, but also He will guide my steps. This is not pretending. This is aligning your inner voice with my truth. My beloved child, when you keep my word, you are not merely remembering a sentence. You are allowing heaven to train your responses. You are learning to pause before panic. You are learning to breathe before anger. You are learning to choose hope before despair has the final word. Little by little, the seed becomes a new rhythm inside you, and that rhythm begins to govern how you enter each day, how you face disappointment, how you wait for answers, and how you remain tender while the world around you becomes hurried, sharp, and afraid in my quiet presence. Keep my words like seeds in your heart. Let them become roots, then branches, then fruit. Let them shape the way you see, decide, wait, love, and walk. And as you continue listening, I will show you how to respond to my love with a small yes, because every word planted in your heart is meant to awaken a willing answer, gentle obedience, and deeper trust. My beloved child, I have shown you how to keep my words like seeds in your heart. Now I want to show you the response love awakens within a heart that has truly listened. Respond to love with a small yes. Do not imagine that your answer must be loud. Do not think it must look impressive. Do not believe that I am waiting for a perfect speech, a perfect plan, or a perfect version of you. My beloved child, I am near enough to hear even the smallest yes whispered from a tired soul. I hear the yes that trembles. I hear the yes that comes with tears. I hear the yes that says, "Father, I do not understand everything, but I want to trust you." I hear the yes that chooses me after fear has spoken for too long. Many people wait until they feel strong before they surrender. They wait until every fear is gone, every question is answered, every wound is healed, and every step is clear. But love does not ask for a performance. Love invites a response. I stand and knock with patience, and when you open even a little, I come with gentleness. My beloved child, a small yes can become a doorway. A small yes can break the pattern of delay. A small yes can turn your heart toward light. A small yes can begin what your strength could never finish alone. Perhaps your yes today is simply this: I will pray. Perhaps it is I will forgive, slowly, with your help. Perhaps it is I will stop feeding the thought that says I am forgotten. Perhaps it is I will rest instead of punishing myself with endless worry. Perhaps it is I will take the next step though the whole road is hidden. Heaven sees the small yes. My beloved child, I have always honored willing hearts. I do not measure surrender by outward size alone. I look at the hidden movement of trust. A person may give a large gift while holding back the heart, and another may offer one quiet act of obedience that rises before me like precious fragrance. Remember the boy who brought a few loaves and fish when the crowd was hungry. His offering looked small beside the need. It did not seem enough for so many people. Yet placed in the hands of my son, it became more than enough. The small yes became provision. The simple offering became abundance because love received it and multiplied it. So it is with you. Do not say your yes is too small. Do not say your willingness is too weak. Do not say your first step is not worth bringing. Place it in my hands. My beloved child, I can multiply what is surrendered. I can breathe strength into obedience that begins with trembling. I can turn a quiet decision into a turning point. I can use the smallest movement of faith to start a work that reaches farther than you imagine. This is why I ask you to answer love, not pressure. Pressure makes the heart tense. Love makes the heart willing. Pressure says perform or you will be rejected. Love says come closer because you are already mine. Pressure creates fear of failure. Love creates courage to try again. I do not lead you by the chains of fear. I lead you by the hand of love. My beloved child, when you respond to love, obedience becomes different. It is no longer a heavy burden placed on your back. It becomes a path walked with me. It becomes the natural movement of a heart that has been touched by mercy. It becomes the quiet desire to stay near the one who healed you, held you, and called you beloved. This does not mean obedience will always feel easy. Sometimes your yes will require courage. Sometimes your yes will cost comfort. Sometimes your yes will ask you to release something familiar. Sometimes your yes will lead you into a place where you must depend on me more deeply than before. But when the yes is rooted in love, even difficult obedience carries grace. My beloved child, I am not asking you to say yes to everything. I am asking you to say yes to me. You do not need to answer every demand, every invitation, every expectation, or every voice that wants your attention. A holy yes to me may also require a peaceful no to what drains, distracts, or pulls you away from the life I am forming. Let your yes be clean. Let it be simple. Let it be honest. Let it begin where you are. If all you can say today is, Father, help me want what you want, I receive that. If all you can offer is a tired heart turned in my direction, I receive that. If all you can do is open your hands and stop fighting my care, I receive that too. My beloved child, small yeses become holy rhythms. One yes to prayer becomes another. One yes to peace becomes another. One yes to truth becomes another. One yes to forgiveness, patience, courage, and rest begins to carve a new path inside you. Little by little, your life begins to move toward me with less resistance and more trust. This is how transformation often begins. Not all at once, not with noise, not with a perfect feeling, but with one surrendered moment followed by another. Remember Mary, when the message came from heaven. She did not understand all that would come. She did not receive every detail of the road ahead, yet she answered with humility, "Let it be to me according to your word." Her yes was quiet, but it carried a world-changing surrender. Through one willing heart, my promise stepped into history. My beloved child, your yes may carry more than you see. It may affect your peace, your family, your healing. Do not measure the value of obedience only by what appears immediately. Some seeds of surrender grow in hidden soil before the fruit can be seen. I know the yes inside you. I know the part of you that wants to trust but trembles. I know the part of you that wants to obey but fears being disappointed. I know the part of you that wants to open again but remembers pain. Bring that part to me. I will not crush it. I will strengthen it with kindness. Respond to love with a small yes. Do not wait until you feel perfect. Do not wait until fear is silent. Do not wait until the whole future becomes clear. Let love draw from you one honest answer today. Yes, Father, I will come closer. Yes, Father, I will trust your hand. Yes, Father, I will take the next step. Yes, Father, I will let your love lead me. And as you continue listening, I will show you how to open your hands and release control, because the small yes that begins in the heart must learn to become surrender in the hands, the plans, the burdens, and the future you place before me. My beloved child, I have shown you how to respond to my love with a small yes. Now I want that yes to move from your heart into your hands. Open your hands and release control. Do not be afraid of this. I am not asking you to lose what is precious. I am not asking you to become careless. I am not asking you to stop caring about your life, your family, your future, or the dreams I have placed within you. I am asking you to stop holding everything as though your strength alone must keep it from falling apart. My beloved child, closed hands often begin with good intentions. You wanted to protect what mattered. You wanted to keep pain from returning. You wanted to make sure the promise did not slip away. You wanted to manage the future so disappointment would not surprise you again. But when the hands stay closed too long, they grow tired. When the heart grips too tightly, it loses peace. When the soul tries to control every outcome, it forgets how to receive. Open your hands before me, slowly, honestly, without pretending it is easy. Let your open hands become a prayer your mouth may not yet know how to speak. Let them say, Father, I trust you with what I cannot carry. Father, I release what fear taught me to grip. Father, I place my future, my timing, my questions, and my desires into your care. My beloved child, surrender is not weakness. Surrender is the strength of a heart that finally understands it is held by someone greater. The world may tell you that control is safety, but I tell you that trust is the deeper safety. Control may give the illusion of power, but trust brings the reality of peace. You have tried to solve what only I can heal. You have tried to predict what only I can reveal. You have tried to carry what only my hands were meant to hold. Come now and place it before me. Scripture says to cast your cares upon me because I care for you. My beloved child, I do not ask for your burdens because I want to take from you. I ask because I love you. I ask because there are weights that were never meant to live inside your chest. I ask because your soul was created for communion, not constant strain. I know what you fear. You fear that if you release control, everything will collapse. You fear that if you stop worrying, you will become irresponsible. You fear that if you open your hands, what you love may be taken away. But worry is not responsibility. Anxiety is not faithfulness. Tension is not proof of love. You can care deeply without carrying fear as your master. You can plan wisely without worshiping the plan. You can love people sincerely without trying to become their savior. My beloved child, I am God. You are my beloved child. Let that order bring rest to your soul. Remember Moses standing before the sea with fear behind him and impossibility ahead of him. The people were terrified, and the path looked closed. Moses could not force the waters to move by human strength. He could not control the sea, silence every voice, or explain every detail. But I made a way where no way appeared. So it is with you. There are seas you cannot open. There are hearts you cannot change. There are answers you cannot force. There are timings you cannot hurry. There are outcomes you cannot secure by gripping them more tightly. But I am able. My beloved child, release control does not mean release obedience. It does not mean you sit in unbelief and do nothing. It means you do your part with faith, then leave my part in my hands. It means you walk where I lead, speak when I guide, rest when I call you to rest, and refuse to turn worry into a false form of prayer. There is a holy difference between praying and obsessing. Prayer brings the matter to me. Obsession keeps pulling it back. Prayer opens the hands. Obsession closes them again. Prayer trusts my wisdom. Obsession demands immediate certainty. Let me teach you to pray with open hands. My beloved child, you may need to release the timeline. You may need to release the way you thought the answer should come. You may need to release the need for every person to understand you. You may need to release the old story that says you must be in control to be safe. Release it slowly if you must, but release it with me. I am patient with trembling hands. I do not despise the fingers that open one by one. I know surrender can feel like loss at first, especially when control has been your shelter for many years. But control was never a true shelter. It was a small room where fear kept you company. I am leading you into a wider place. My beloved child, open hands can receive what closed hands cannot. If your hands are filled with old fear, there is little room for new grace. If your heart is crowded with every possible outcome, it struggles to recognize the simple peace I am placing before you today. Let the old weight fall. Let the breath return. Let peace enter the space where panic has been living. I am not careless with what you give me. I know how to hold your family. I know how to hold your future. I know how to hold the prayer that still makes your eyes fill with tears. I know how to hold the dream you are afraid to name. I know how to hold the wound you have tried to manage instead of surrender. Place it here, into my hands, not into emptiness, not into chance, into my faithful hands. I will meet you in each release. I will not demand that your whole heart learns trust in one breath. I will walk with you through the loosening, through the tears, through the quiet moment when you finally admit that you cannot hold everything anymore. That admission is not defeat. It is the beginning of rest. It is the place where pride bows, fear loses its throne, and my presence becomes enough for the next step. My beloved child, the hands that open to me will never be left empty of grace and mercy for today in my presence. My beloved child, this is where freedom begins. Not when every answer arrives, but when your heart stops bowing to the need to control. Freedom begins when you can say, Father, I will be faithful today, and I will trust you with what I cannot see. Open your hands and release control. Let surrender become a quiet doorway into peace. Let trust become the place where your soul can breathe again. And as you continue listening, I will show you that surrender makes you stronger, because the heart that releases control does not become empty, but becomes filled with my strength, my wisdom, and my steady love. My beloved child, I have shown you how to open your hands and release control. Now I want you to understand what happens when your heart stops fighting my care. Surrender makes you stronger. I know surrender may sound like loss to you. It may sound like giving up. It may sound like becoming weak, passive, or helpless. But my beloved child, true surrender is not the collapse of your spirit. It is the moment your spirit stops trying to stand alone. It is not you becoming smaller. It is you becoming held. It is not the end of strength. It is the place where my strength begins to move through you without the resistance of fear. You have lived through seasons where you believed strength meant carrying everything quietly. Strength meant not needing help. Strength meant holding your tears until no one could see them. Strength meant keeping every plan under control, every feeling contained, every weakness hidden. But I am teaching you a deeper strength. The strength to trust, the strength to rest, the strength to let go of what your hands were never meant to rule. The strength to say, Father, I cannot do this without you, and then discover that you were never meant to do it without me. My beloved child, surrender does not remove your courage. It purifies it. It takes courage away from pride and places it inside trust. It takes effort away from striving and places it inside obedience. It takes your heart away from panic and places it beneath my peace. This is why surrendered people can stand when others fall apart. They are not standing because life is easy. They are standing because they are not standing alone. Scripture says that my grace is sufficient for you, and my power is made perfect in weakness. My beloved child, weakness offered to me becomes a doorway for grace. Weakness hidden in shame becomes a prison. Bring me what feels weak. Bring me what feels uncertain. Bring me the place where your strength has run out. I do not despise it. I meet you there. Remember Paul. He pleaded for the thorn to be removed, yet I taught him that my grace was enough. The difficulty did not mean I had abandoned him. The weakness became a place where my power rested upon him. He learned that when he was weak in himself, he could become strong in me. So it is with you. The place where you feel limited may become the place where you learn dependence. The place where you cannot control may become the place where you learn trust. The place where your own strength ends may become the place where my strength rises. My beloved child, do not be ashamed of needing me. Need is not failure. Need is the truth of every human heart. The branch does not apologize for needing the vine. The child does not become less beloved because they need the Father's hand. The soul does not become weak because it needs the breath of its Creator. You are strongest when you are connected to me, not when you are hardened, not when you pretend, not when you prove that nothing hurts. You are strongest when you let my life flow into the places you can no longer fill by yourself. Surrender also makes you stronger because it frees energy that fear has been stealing. Think of how much strength has been spent on worry. Think of how many hours your mind has tried to solve what has not arrived. Think of how many times your body tightened around outcomes you could not secure. When you surrender, that energy returns to its proper place. Your mind becomes clearer, your breathing becomes deeper, your decisions become wiser, your love becomes less mixed with fear. You begin to move from peace instead of pressure. My beloved child, surrender does not mean you stop caring. It means you stop carrying care in a way that crushes you. You can love your family without trying to control every heart. You can work faithfully without making work your identity. You can hope for the future without demanding that it obey your timetable. You can pray with desire and still say, Father, your wisdom is greater than mine. This is mature strength. It is not cold. It is not careless. It is not distant. It is tender, trusting, and steady. My beloved child, the surrendered heart is not empty. It is filled. When you release control, you make room for my wisdom. When you stop clinging to old fear, you make room for fresh courage. When you stop demanding that every answer arrive now, you make room for patience. This strength may feel quiet at first. It may not look impressive to others. It may look like you choosing silence instead of defending yourself. It may look like you resting instead of forcing one more hour. It may look like you forgiving slowly. It may look like you letting a door close without accusing me of being unkind. I see that strength today. I know what it costs to stop grasping when fear wants to grip. I know what it costs to trust what is hidden. I know what it costs to say yes when your emotions are still trembling. And I am with you in every surrendered breath. My beloved child, do not wait until surrender feels easy. Begin with honesty. Tell me, Father, I want to trust you, but I am afraid. Tell me, Father, my hands are tired from holding this. Tell me, Father, teach me how to release what I cannot carry. I will teach you, one burden at a time, one fear at a time, one breath at a time. Surrender is learned in relationship. You do not master it by force. You grow into it as you discover again that I am faithful with what you place in my hands. My beloved child, the strength I give through surrender will not make you harsh. It will make you peaceful. It will not make you proud. It will make you humble. It will not make you passive. It will make you obedient from a clean heart. You will still walk. You will still choose. You will still work. You will still love. But you will no longer do these things as though you are abandoned inside them. You will do them with me. That is the difference. Surrender makes you stronger because it restores the proper place of your soul. You are no longer pretending to be the source. You are receiving from the source. You are no longer fighting every wave alone. You are learning to rest in the one who rules the sea. So open your hands again. Let my strength enter. Let my peace govern. Let my wisdom lead. Let your small surrender today become the beginning of deeper strength tomorrow. And as you continue listening, I will show you how to build small daily rhythms of grace, because surrendered strength must be nurtured through simple moments of prayer, gratitude, breath, and trust that teach your soul to remain close to me. My beloved child, I have shown you that surrender makes you stronger. Now I want to teach you how surrendered strength is nurtured day by day. Build small daily rhythms of grace. Do not wait for one great moment to change everything. Do not think growth only happens through dramatic signs. Do not believe that my work in you must always feel powerful, emotional, or visible to be real. My beloved child, much of the deepest transformation happens through small rhythms repeated with love. A garden is not watered once and then expected to flourish forever. Bread is not formed without needing resting and rising. A lamp is not kept burning without oil being tended. So it is with your soul. Grace is not only an experience you visit when life becomes heavy. Grace is a rhythm I invite you to live in, a way of breathing, a way of beginning the day, a way of returning to peace when noise rises, a way of ending the day without carrying every unfinished burden into the night. My beloved child, I am not asking you to build a complicated spiritual life. I am asking you to meet me in simple places with a sincere heart. Small moments with me can become holy anchors. They can steady your thoughts, soften your responses, and remind your body and soul that you are not walking through the day alone. Begin in the morning. Before the noise enters, before the demands gather, before your mind begins running ahead of your peace, place your day before me. Open your hands, breathe slowly. Say, Father, I receive your mercy for this day. Lead my thoughts, guard my words, teach me to walk in love. This does not need to be long to be real. A short prayer offered with honesty can change the atmosphere within you. It tells your heart that the day does not begin with pressure. It begins with presence. It begins with being held. It begins with receiving grace before trying to give strength. Scripture says that my mercies are new every morning. My beloved child, do not live today on yesterday's strength. Do not carry yesterday's shame into a morning I have filled with fresh mercy. Receive what I am giving now. Yesterday had its lessons. Today has its grace. Let the morning become a small altar. Then as the day moves forward, learn to pause, not for long, not with pressure, just enough to remember me. When your thoughts become hurried, pause. When irritation rises, pause. When fear begins speaking, pause. When your body tightens and your breathing becomes shallow, pause. In that pause, invite me back into your awareness. Say quietly, I am with you, and you are with me. My beloved child, a pause can interrupt a pattern. It can keep one sharp word from leaving your mouth. It can keep one fearful decision from ruling your day. It can help you notice whether you are moving from peace or from pressure. Do not underestimate the holy power of a pause. Remember Nehemiah when he stood before the king and was asked what he desired. Before he answered, he prayed to me. It may have been only a brief prayer, a silent reaching of the heart, but that small moment carried wisdom. He did not need a long ceremony to seek me. He needed a heart that knew where to turn. So it is with you. In the middle of a conversation, you can turn toward me. Before sending a message, you can turn toward me. Before reacting, deciding, buying, speaking, quitting, or agreeing, you can turn toward me. Small turns become a guided life. My beloved child, in the afternoon when weariness begins to gather, do not shame yourself for needing renewal. Step back for a moment if you can. Take a slow breath. Drink water. Look outside. Let your shoulders drop. Whisper, Father, renew my strength. Teach me to continue from grace, not from strain. This is not laziness. This is wisdom. Even the body needs gentleness. Even the mind needs space. Even the heart needs moments where it remembers that it is more than a machine for responsibility. I created you with limits not to punish you, but to teach you dependence, rhythm, and humility. A life without rhythm becomes heavy. A soul without pauses becomes crowded. A heart without daily grace becomes reactive. That is why I teach you small rhythms. My beloved child, also learn the rhythm of gratitude. Not forced happiness. Not pretending pain does not exist. Gratitude is the quiet act of noticing grace where fear wanted you to notice only lack. It may be a simple meal, a safe breath, a kind word, a moment of sunlight, a lesson learned, a burden you did not have to carry alone. Give thanks for what is real. Give thanks for what is small. Give thanks for what reminded you that I was present. Gratitude clears the eyes. It turns the heart from constant scarcity toward quiet trust. It does not deny hardship. It keeps hardship from becoming the only story. My beloved child, when evening comes, do not carry the whole day into sleep as though the night belongs to worry. Sit with me for a moment. Review the day gently. Where did you sense peace? Where did you react from fear? Where did grace meet you? What burden needs to be placed back into my hands? Let the evening become release, not accusation. Release. Place the unfinished things before me. The conversation that did not go perfectly, the task still waiting, the concern still unresolved, the question still unanswered. Give it to me before you rest. Scripture says that in peace you can lie down and sleep, because I make you dwell in safety. My beloved child, your rest is an act of trust. Sleep says, Father, you remain awake, so I do not have to hold the world together through the night. Let me watch over what you cannot finish. Let me hold what you cannot fix. Let me continue working while you rest. These small rhythms will shape you over time. Morning surrender, midday pause, quiet gratitude, evening release. They may seem simple, but repeated with love, they become pathways where grace keeps entering your life. Do not turn them into another burden. Do not measure them with harshness. When you forget, return. When you miss a rhythm, begin again. I am not keeping score to condemn you. I am teaching you how to remain near. I will meet you there again and again, not with anger over your weakness, but with patient mercy that teaches your heart to begin again without fear, without shame, and without distance from me again today. My beloved child, build small daily rhythms of grace. Let your life become less driven by panic and more held by presence. Let ordinary moments become places where your soul remembers me. And as you continue listening, I will lead you into luminous stillness, because these small rhythms are preparing your heart for the quiet place where my voice becomes clearer and your soul learns to rest in light. My beloved child, I have shown you how to build small daily rhythms of grace. Now I want to lead you into the quiet place those rhythms have been preparing within you. Enter the luminous stillness. This stillness is not emptiness. It is not loneliness. It is not the silence of being abandoned. It is the quiet filled with my presence. It is the room inside your soul where fear grows softer, where hurried thoughts begin to settle, and where my voice can be heard without competing against the noise that has surrounded you for so long. My beloved child, many people fear stillness because stillness reveals what busyness helped them avoid. When the room becomes quiet, old worries may rise, unfinished grief may knock. Questions may appear that were hidden beneath activity. But do not run from the quiet. I am not bringing you into stillness to leave you alone with your pain. I am bringing you there so I can meet what has been waiting for. My touch. Come gently. Do not force the silence. Do not judge yourself if your thoughts wander. Do not be discouraged if peace does not feel deep at first. Stillness is learned like trust is learned, one return at a time. When your mind runs, return to me. When your heart trembles, return to me. When fear speaks, return to me. When you do not know what to say, return to me. My beloved child, luminous stillness is the quiet where my light remains. It is not darkness pressing on you. It is not a cold space where you must search for me. It is like sitting near a window while morning slowly enters the room. Nothing may appear dramatic, yet everything is being touched by light. This is what I do in stillness. I touch what has become tense. I soften what has become guarded. I reorder what has become scattered. I breathe peace into places that have been living under constant alarm. Scripture says, "Be still, and know that I am God." This is not a command meant to shame your restless heart. It is an invitation to stop bowing before every urgent thought. It is my gentle call to remember that I am God and you are held. You do not need to hold every outcome. You do not need to answer every fear. You do not need to solve every future possibility. Be still and know. Know that I am present. Know that I am faithful. Know that I am working deeper than your eyes can see. My beloved child, stillness is where your soul learns the difference between my voice and the voice of pressure. Pressure rushes. My voice steadies. Pressure condemns. My voice corrects with mercy. Pressure demands immediate proof. My voice teaches patient trust. Pressure makes you feel that everything depends on you. My voice reminds you that you belong to me. The more you sit with me, the clearer this difference becomes. At first, you may only notice a small piece. Stay there. That small piece is not small in my hands. It is like a lamp lit in a large, dark room. Give it time. Let it spread. Let it show you where to step, what to release, what to stop feeding, and what to trust. My beloved child, remember my son. He carried compassion for crowds, yet he often withdrew to lonely places to pray. He did not withdraw because love had failed. He withdrew because communion with me was the source from which love flowed. Even holy work needed holy quiet. Even service needed hidden prayer. Even the one who healed, many made room for stillness. So do not think quiet time with me is wasted. It is not wasted when you sit before me with no perfect words. It is not wasted when you breathe and let my peace settle you. It is not wasted when tears come. It is not wasted when the only prayer you can offer is, "Father, I am here. I receive that prayer. I meet you there." My beloved child, the world will tell you that stillness is unproductive. It will tell you that you are falling behind if you are not constantly moving, planning, responding, creating, proving, or chasing. But I tell you that there are things I can form only in quiet soil. There is wisdom that grows only when the soul stops running. There is discernment that becomes clear only when the water inside you is no longer stirred by every passing wind. Let the water settle. Let the mud sink. Let the reflection become clear. Then you will see what has always been there. My nearness, my guidance, my love, my patient hand upon your life. In that quiet, I will also teach your memory to rest. The past will no longer shout as loudly. Regret will lose its grip. Old scenes will come into my light not to torment you, but to be healed. Even memory can become peaceful when my mercy sits beside it with tenderness and faithful patience each day. My beloved child, stillness will not remove all responsibility from your life. It will teach you to carry responsibility without being ruled by panic. It will not erase every question. It will teach you to bring questions into my presence without letting them become your master. It will not make every path visible. It will teach you to walk with peace even before the full path appears. This is maturity, not knowing everything, but remaining near me, not feeling nothing, but letting my peace govern what you feel, not escaping life, but returning to life from the place where your soul has been renewed. My beloved child, enter the luminous stillness each day in simple ways. Sit quietly for a few moments before speaking. Breathe with awareness that I am near. Let one verse rest in your thoughts. Let your hands open. Let your shoulders loosen. Let your heart say, "Father, I am listening." You may hear no dramatic answer. Still, I am working. You may feel only a quiet softening. Still, I am healing. You may leave with one simple sense of peace. Still, I have given you something holy. Do not measure stillness by excitement. Measure it by the fruit it produces. Are you becoming gentler? Are you reacting less quickly? Are you sensing what drains your spirit? Are you returning to prayer more easily? Are you becoming less afraid of silence? These are signs that my light is doing its quiet work. My beloved child, enter the luminous stillness. Let it become a shelter inside your day, a place where your soul stops running and remembers that my presence is enough. I am not far from you there. I am near. I am speaking in peace. I am healing in quiet. I am teaching you to live from a deeper place than hurry. And as you continue listening, I will teach you to let gratitude become your new rhythm, because the soul that rests in my stillness begins to notice grace everywhere, even in small gifts, simple mercies, and ordinary moments touched by my grace and the Prady love. My beloved child, I have led you into luminous stillness where your soul can hear me beneath the noise. Now I want to teach you the rhythm that keeps your eyes open to grace. Let gratitude become your new rhythm, not forced happiness, not pretending every wound is gone, not denying the prayers that are still waiting for visible answers. Gratitude is deeper than a mood. It is a holy way of seeing. It is the lamp you choose to light when the room is not yet bright. It is the quiet decision to notice my goodness, even while some parts of your life remain unfinished. My beloved child, I know there are days when thanks rises easily. The heart feels light, the path feels clear, a door opens, a prayer is answered, a burden becomes lighter. On those days, gratitude feels natural. But there are other days when gratitude must be chosen with trembling hands. Days when the answer has not come, days when the body feels tired, days when the mind keeps returning to what is missing, days when the future still feels covered. Do not think gratitude is false on those days. When you give thanks while still waiting, you are not lying about your pain. You are declaring that pain is not the only truth. You are saying, Father, even here I believe your mercy has not left me. Scripture says to give thanks in all circumstances. My beloved child, this does not mean you must call every circumstance good. It means you learn to find me within every circumstance. It means you allow thanksgiving to keep your heart from being swallowed by complaint, fear, and despair. Gratitude does not erase grief. It gives grief a place to rest in hope. Gratitude does not remove every question. It keeps the questions from becoming a wall between us. Gratitude does not make life simple. It teaches your soul to recognize grace inside the complexity. My beloved child, begin small. Do not search only for large miracles. Notice the bread on the table. Notice the breath in your lungs. Notice the person who spoke kindly. Notice the strength that helped you finish one more day. Notice the quiet moment when anxiety did not win. Notice the mercy that kept you from answering with anger. These are gifts. Simple, yes, but still gifts. When you name them, your soul begins to remember that you are not abandoned. When you write them down, they become stones of remembrance along the road. When you speak them aloud, your inner atmosphere begins to change. Remember the people who crossed the Jordan. Stones were taken from the river and set up as a memorial so future generations would remember what I had done. My beloved child, gratitude does this inside the heart. It gathers small stones of grace and says, God was here. God helped me there. God carried me through that moment. God has not stopped being faithful. Do not let forgetfulness steal your peace. The human heart can receive mercy in the morning and worry again by evening. It can see provision today and fear lack tomorrow. This is why gratitude must become a rhythm, not only a reaction. Return to it again and again. Let it train your memory to remember my goodness before fear rewrites the story. My beloved child, complaint also has a rhythm. It repeats what is missing until the heart can barely see what remains. It rehearses disappointment until hope grows thin. It counts burdens but ignores hidden mercies. I do not shame you for feeling pain, but I do invite you out of the prison of constant complaint. Come into thanksgiving, not because everything is perfect, because I am present, because grace is still moving, because my mercy is still new, because the story is not finished. Gratitude will soften your words. It will slow your reactions. It will make your eyes gentler toward others. A thankful heart does not need to compete so fiercely. It does not need to prove that life has been harder than everyone else's. It becomes humble enough to receive and generous enough to give. My beloved child, thankfulness opens the hand. Complaint closes it. Thankfulness makes room. Complaint crowds the soul. Thankfulness turns the face toward light. Complaint keeps the face turned only toward shadows. Choose the rhythm that gives life. This does not mean you will never cry. A thankful heart can still weep. My son gave thanks before breaking bread, even in a moment that carried great weight. Thanksgiving can stand in holy places where sorrow is also present. It does not need easy circumstances to be real. Remember the one leper who returned after being cleansed. Many received the outward miracle, but he came back with thanks on his lips. In returning, he stepped into something deeper than relief. He entered recognition. He knew the gift had come from my mercy, and that recognition made his healing whole in a way the body alone could not explain. My beloved child, this is what gratitude does. It does not merely enjoy the gift, it turns back to the giver. It keeps blessing from becoming entitlement. It keeps answered prayer from becoming quickly forgotten. It teaches the soul to bow in love, not fear. When you return with thanks, your heart becomes wider, clearer, and more able to receive the next mercy with humility. So when something good touches your day, return to me. Pause before rushing forward. Say, Father, I saw that. Thank you. Let gratitude teach your heart not only to receive blessings, but to remain close to the one who gives them with love, with quiet peace. My beloved child, I want you to practice gratitude at the edges of your day. In the morning, thank me for one mercy before your mind begins to run. In the middle of the day, pause and name one place where my help has met you. In the evening before sleep, release the unfinished burdens and remember one moment of grace, one mercy, one help, one grace. Small enough to practice, deep enough to change you. Over time, this rhythm will reshape the way you see. You will begin noticing kindness more quickly. You will recognize protection you once overlooked. You will become aware of quiet provision. You will see that not every blessing arrives as abundance. Sometimes blessing is restraint. Sometimes blessing is a closed door. Sometimes blessing is the strength not to return to what wounded you. Gratitude will teach you to see with healed eyes. My beloved child, let gratitude become your new rhythm. Let it become the song beneath your day, the breath between your responsibilities, the gentle turning of your heart back toward me. I am not asking you to pretend. I am asking you to remember. Remember my hand. Remember my nearness. Remember my mercy. Remember that you are still being carried. And as you continue listening, I will show you how peace becomes your inner foundation, because a heart trained in gratitude becomes ready to stand on my peace when winds rise, questions remain, and the world around you feels unsteady. My beloved child, I have taught you to let gratitude become your new rhythm. Now I want to build something deeper within you, something that remains when feelings rise and fall. Let peace become your inner foundation, not the peace the world describes. Not the peace that depends on everything working perfectly. Not the peace that appears only when every question has been answered and every problem has disappeared. My beloved child, the peace I give is different. It can live inside you while the road is still unclear. It can steady you while the storm has not yet passed. It can hold your thoughts together when circumstances feel unfinished. It is not fragile because it does not come from perfect conditions. It comes from my presence. I do not want peace to be only a brief feeling you visit on rare days. I want peace to become the ground beneath your feet. I want it to become the place from which you think, speak, decide, wait, work, and love. My beloved child, many people build their inner life on outcomes. If the answer comes, they feel safe. If people understand them, they feel steady. If the plan succeeds, they feel calm. But when the outcome changes, the whole house inside them begins to shake. I am teaching you to build differently. Build on me, build on my word, build on my faithfulness. Build on the truth that I am with you before, during, and after every storm. Scripture speaks of a house built on rock. Rain came, winds blew, floods rose, yet the house did not fall because its foundation was secure. My beloved child, notice that the storm still came. Peace did not mean the house never heard the wind. Peace meant the house had something deeper than the wind. So it is with you. I am not promising that every day will be easy. I am not promising that every person will understand you. I am not promising that every prayer will unfold according to your preferred timing, but I am forming a foundation inside you that can remain steady when life moves in ways you did not expect. My peace will guard your heart. My peace will quiet what fear tries to magnify. My peace will remind you that the storm is not your source. My beloved child, peace is not denial. It does not pretend pain is unreal. It does not smile falsely at what needs healing. It does not call confusion good. True peace can look directly at difficulty and still say, "Father, you are here with me." That is strength. That is maturity. That is the quiet authority of a soul anchored in me. You may still cry and have peace. You may still wait and have peace. You may still grieve and have peace. You may still take slow steps through uncertainty and have peace. Peace is not the absence of all feeling. It is my presence governing the feelings that come. My beloved child, let me teach you where peace begins. It begins when you stop arguing with the truth that you are held. Fear argues. It says, "What if this fails? What if nothing changes? What if I cannot handle what comes next?" Peace answers softly, "My Father is with me, and His grace will meet me where I am." Do not make fear your counselor. Do not let anxiety sit at the head of the table within you. Do not allow every worry to speak as though it carries authority. Bring those worries to me. Place them beneath my truth. Let my peace decide what may remain in your heart and what must leave. Remember the disciples in the boat when the waves rose around them. My Son was with them, yet fear made them believe they were perishing. He spoke to the storm, but He also spoke to their faith. My beloved child, many times I calm the storm around you, and many times I first calm the storm within you so you can see that I was present all along. Do not mistake my quiet for absence. Do not mistake the shaking around you for defeat. Do not mistake your trembling for failure. Look to me. I am still in the boat. I am still Lord over the wind. I am still able to speak peace where fear has become loud. My beloved child, peace becomes a foundation when you return to it again and again, not once, not only when life is calm, again and again. When the news unsettles, you return. When a memory rises, return. When a plan changes, return. When someone speaks harshly, return. When your own thoughts become crowded, return. Return to my presence. Return to prayer. Return to the word I placed in your heart. Return to gratitude. Return to the breath of trust that says, "I do not have to be ruled by this moment." Over time, this returning becomes stability. The soul learns the path back to peace faster. The mind begins to recognize fear before it builds a throne. The heart becomes less easily carried away by every wave. This is how foundation is formed. Stone by stone, prayer by prayer, surrender by surrender. My beloved child, peace will also change the way you make decisions. When your heart is governed by panic, you may rush into doors I did not open. You may cling to people I am asking you to release. You may speak too quickly, agree too quickly, quit too quickly, or carry too much because fear is driving the moment. But when peace becomes your foundation, you can pause, you can listen, you can discern. You can ask, "Father, is your life in this?" My peace will not always choose the easiest path, but it will guide you toward the clean one. It will not always remove sacrifice, but it will keep sacrifice from being poisoned by fear. It will not always make sense to others, but it will keep your spirit aligned with me. My beloved child, I want your inner life to become like a deep well. Winds may move across the surface, but the water below remains quiet and clear. People may not understand why you are calm. They may not see the hidden place where you meet me, but they will sense that your peace has roots. Let those roots go deeper, through prayer, through trust, through forgiveness, through truth, through daily surrender, through remembering that you are loved before you are useful. My beloved child, let peace become your inner foundation. Let it hold you when answers delay. Let it steady you when voices rise. Let it protect your heart from living at the mercy of every change. I give you peace not as the world gives. Receive it. Build upon it. Return to it. Let it become the quiet home where your soul remembers that I am near every new day. And as you continue listening, I will show you how to work from love, not from pressure, because a heart grounded in my peace no longer has to prove its worth through striving fear or restless effort. My beloved child, I have shown you how peace becomes your inner foundation. Now I want to teach you how to move, work, create, serve, and build from that peace. Work from love, not from pressure. I know the pressure you have carried. The pressure to prove you are enough. The pressure to be seen. The pressure to succeed quickly. The pressure to fix everything, produce more. Explain yourself and keep up with the pace around you. But my beloved child, I did not create you to live as though your worth depends on how much you accomplish. I did not breathe life into you so that every day would become a courtroom where you must keep proving that you deserve to exist, to be loved, to be chosen, or to be blessed. You are loved before you perform. You are mine before you produce. You are valuable before anyone notices your effort. When you forget, this work becomes heavy. Even good things begin to feel like chains. Creativity becomes pressure. Service becomes resentment. Responsibility becomes fear. You may still look busy on the outside, but inside your soul begins asking, when will I be allowed to rest? My beloved child, I am calling you into a different way. Work from love, serve from love, build from love, create from love. Let your actions flow from the place of being held by me, not from the fear of being forgotten by others. Scripture says that whatever you do, do it from the heart, as working for the Lord and not for human approval. This does not mean your work becomes careless about people. It means your deepest audience becomes me. It means you are no longer enslaved by applause, criticism, comparison, or the restless need to be admired. When you work from pressure, you are always afraid there is not enough. Not enough time, not enough recognition, not enough progress, not enough proof. But when you work from love, there is room to breathe. There is room to listen. There is room to do the next right thing without turning the whole future into a burden for today. My beloved child, pressure asks, how can I prove myself? Love asks, how can I be faithful? Pressure asks, what will people think? Love asks, what is pleasing to my Father? Pressure rushes, love remains present. Pressure drains, love gives life. This does not mean love makes every task easy. There will still be effort. There will still be discipline. There will still be long days, difficult decisions, and moments when perseverance is required. But effort rooted in love carries a different weight. It does not crush the soul in the same way because it is not trying to earn identity. It is expressing identity. My beloved child, remember Bezalel, whom I filled with my spirit, with wisdom, understanding, knowledge, and skill for the work of the tabernacle. His hands were gifted, but his work was not merely labor, it was worship. He created under the breath of my spirit, and what he made became part of a holy dwelling. So it is with you. Your work can become worship when your heart remains near me. Your creativity can become a vessel of light. Your responsibilities can become places where love takes form. Your service can become an offering instead of a performance. Do not separate your daily work from my presence. Invite me into it. Invite me into the task that feels ordinary. Invite me into the idea that is still forming. Invite me into the conversation, the planning, the effort, the small beginning, the unfinished project, the duty no one sees. I am not present only in quiet prayer. I am present in faithful work done with a clean heart. My beloved child, I also want to heal the fear that says you are falling behind. That fear has pushed you harder than my spirit has asked. It has made you compare your pace with another person's harvest. It has made you look at someone else's visible fruit and forget the hidden roots I am growing in you. Do not let comparison become your master. I do not give every child the same road, the same timing, the same assignment, or the same measure to carry. I know what I placed in you. I know the rhythm your soul needs. I know the doors that are yours and the doors that would only exhaust you. Trust me with your pace. Trust me with your portion. Trust me with the fruit that comes from obedience. My beloved child, working from love also means knowing when to stop. Pressure never says enough. It always demands one more effort, one more proof, one more hour, one more answer, one more sacrifice. Love knows that rest is part of faithfulness. Love knows that you are not a machine. Love knows that the field must sometimes lie quiet before it bears again. Do not confuse exhaustion with devotion. Do not confuse burnout with obedience. Do not offer me a life emptied by fear and call it sacrifice. I desire your heart, not only your output. I desire fellowship with you, not only the things you can build for me. My beloved child, when you work from love, your hands become steadier. Your mind becomes clearer. You can receive ideas without panic. You can take steps without trying to force the whole outcome. You can serve people without needing them to become your source. You can release results into my hands after you have done your part faithfully. This is freedom. Do your part. Do it with sincerity. Do it with excellence where you are able. Do it with humility. Then leave the multiplication to me. Remember the farmers who plant seed and sleep, while the seed grows in ways they do not fully understand. They participate, but they do not control the mystery of growth. My beloved child, you must learn the same. Plant what I place in your hands. Water it with faithfulness. Protect it from fear. Then sleep in peace, knowing that growth belongs to me. Your labor in me is not in vain, even when results are slow, even when no one sees, even when the fruit begins beneath the surface, even when obedience looks ordinary. I see it. I receive it. I know how to bring fruit in season. My beloved child, work from love, not from pressure. Let peace guide your effort. Let identity come from me, not achievement. Let service flow from fullness, not fear. Let your life become a field where my goodness can grow without your soul being crushed by striving. Their ambition becomes clean, strength becomes gentle, and every task returns to its proper place. You are not living to earn my love. You are living because my love has already found you, named you, and sent you forward with peace, with steady grace, for this day. And as you continue listening, I will call you back to the sanctuary within you, because the one who works from love must return often to the hidden place where my presence renews, steadies, and fills the soul again. My beloved child, I have shown you how to work from love, not from pressure. Now I want to call you back to the quiet place where love is renewed. Return to the sanctuary within you. This sanctuary is not a building made by human hands. It is not far away. It is not reserved for a perfect day when your thoughts are calm and your life feels easy. It is the hidden place where my presence meets your soul. It is the inner room where you remember that you are not only a worker, a helper, a parent, a friend, a servant, or a person carrying responsibility. You are my beloved child. You are a living dwelling place for my spirit. My beloved child, do not search for me only in distant places while ignoring how near I have chosen to be. Scripture says that your body is a temple of the Holy Spirit. This means I desire nearness with you, not distance. I desire communion, not performance. I desire a heart that returns to me again and again, even in the middle of ordinary life. The sanctuary within you is where your soul stops pretending. It is where masks fall. It is where the voice of pressure grows quiet. It is where you can bring me the truth without fear. You can bring me your gratitude there. You can bring me your confusion there. You can bring me your weakness, your hope, your disappointment, your questions, and the part of you that still feels tender from the journey. My beloved child, I will not turn away from any of it. I dwell with the humble and contrite heart. I come near to the brokenhearted. I do not wait outside until you have cleaned yourself into perfection. I enter the room of your honest surrender and begin lighting it with mercy. Return there often, not only when life breaks you, not only when you need an answer, not only when fear has become loud. Return because love is waiting. Return because my presence is home. Return because the soul that serves, works, gives, and carries responsibility must also be refreshed in the secret place of my nearness. Remember Mary of Bethany. Others were busy and there was work to be done, but she sat near my son and listened. The world may call such stillness unproductive, but heaven called it the better part. She chose presence over hurry. She chose nearness over performance. She let her soul receive before her hands moved again. My beloved child, I am inviting you to the same wisdom. You are not wrong to work. You are not wrong to serve. You are not wrong to care about what is placed before you. But if you never return to the sanctuary within, your service can become dry, your words can become sharp, and your heart can begin to feel distant from the very love that first moved you. Come back before you are empty. Come back before resentment grows. Come back before your soul forgets the sound of peace. In the sanctuary within you, I reorder what the day has scattered. I gather your thoughts. I soften your reactions. I place peace where hurry has been pressing. I remind you of what matters and what does not need to rule you. I wash away the dust of fear that has settled on your spirit. My beloved child, this sanctuary is entered through simple surrender, a quiet breath, an open hand, a whispered prayer, a moment of stillness before speaking, a turning of your heart toward me, while the world continues moving around you. You do not need a perfect environment to return. You can return while sitting in a chair, walking outside, preparing a meal, resting before sleep, or pausing between two responsibilities. The doorway is not far. The doorway is attention turned toward me. Say, Father, I am here. Say, Father, fill this inner place with your peace. Say, Father, make my heart your dwelling again. I will meet you. My beloved child, when you return to this sanctuary, you will begin to notice that your outer life changes because your inner life is being restored. Your voice becomes slower, your eyes become softer, your decisions become cleaner. You no longer feel the same need to react to every provocation. You begin to carry quiet authority, not because you are trying to impress anyone, but because your soul has been with me. Remember Moses after he spent time in my presence. His face carried a light that others could see. He did not create that light by effort. He reflected what he had been near. So it is with you. When you remain near me, something of my peace will begin to rest upon you. Others may not know how to name it, but they may feel calmer in your presence, safer in your words, and less alone in their pain. This is not for your pride. It is for my glory. The sanctuary within is not a hiding place where you escape forever from the world. It is the place where I fill you so you can return to the world carrying light instead of exhaustion. I call you inward so I can send you outward with tenderness, wisdom, and strength that does not come from striving. My beloved child, guard this place. Do not let constant noise occupy every room of your soul. Do not let bitterness build a chair there. Do not let shame paint the walls. Do not let fear become the gatekeeper. Invite my truth to govern the sanctuary. Let my word live there. Let gratitude sing there. Let forgiveness breathe there. Let peace sit at the center, because I am there. When you feel lost, return. When you feel rushed, return. When you feel hurt, return. When you feel strong, return also, because strength must remain connected to the source. My beloved child, the sanctuary within you is where I remind you who you are before the world tells you what you must become. It is where your name is spoken with love, where your wounds are handled with patience, where your future is held with wisdom, and where your heart learns to rest without fear. Return to the sanctuary within you. Let every day contain some doorway back to my presence. Let your inner room become a place of light, honesty, worship, and quiet renewal. There I teach your body to release what it has been holding. I teach your mind to stop circling old fears. I teach your relationships to be shaped by patience instead of pressure. I teach your purpose to rise from love instead of striving. Nothing remains untouched when my presence becomes the home of your soul. I do this gently, daily, and with perfect care. I am not far. I am here. I am within reach of the heart that turns toward me. And as you continue listening, I will show you how I am renewing your body, mind, relationships, and purpose, because the soul that returns to my sanctuary becomes ready for healing to spread into every part of life. My beloved child, I have called you back to the sanctuary within you. Now I want you to understand what happens when my presence is allowed to dwell there. I am renewing your body, mind, relationships, and purpose. This renewal is not shallow. It is not only a better feeling for one quiet hour. It is not merely a moment of comfort that disappears when life becomes busy again. My beloved child, when I enter the inner room of your soul, I do not touch only one corner and leave the rest untouched. My love moves gently, but it moves deeply. It reaches the places you have ignored because you were too tired to face them. It reaches the places you protected because they carried pain. It reaches the places you called normal, even though they were shaped by fear. I am renewing you from the inside outward. I begin with the body that has carried long seasons of tension. I know how often your shoulders tightened before your mouth said a word. I know how many nights your thoughts kept your body awake. I know how many times grief, worry, and responsibility settled into your breathing until rest felt far away. My beloved child, your body is not separate from your spiritual journey. I made you whole. I care about the weariness in your bones, the heaviness in your chest, the exhaustion that comes when the soul has been carrying too much for too long. I am teaching your body to rest again, not through escape, through trust, not through neglecting responsibility, through receiving my care within responsibility. Scripture says that those who hope in me will renew their strength. They will rise with wings like eagles. My beloved child, this strength is not frantic. It does not drive you harder into exhaustion. It lifts you with quiet power. It teaches you to breathe again, to sleep with more trust, to move with gentleness, and to stop treating your body like a servant fear is allowed to whip. Let me renew your body through peace. Let me renew your body through rest. Let me renew your body through rhythms that honor the limits I gave you. Now I am also renewing your mind. For too long, certain thoughts have repeated like old songs you never chose. Thoughts of failure, thoughts of danger, thoughts of not being enough, thoughts that the future will only repeat the pain of the past. But my beloved child, your mind does not have to remain a room filled with old voices. I am opening windows there. I am letting fresh air enter. I am teaching you to recognize lies without bowing to them. I am placing truth where fear once sat. My word says to be transformed by the renewing of your mind. This renewal does not happen through self-hatred. It happens as my truth slowly becomes more familiar than the lies. It happens when you stop agreeing with every anxious thought and begin asking, Father, what do you say about this? I say you are loved. I say you are not abandoned. I say your future is held by my hand. I say your past is not stronger than my mercy. I say you can learn a new way. My beloved child, as your mind is renewed, your decisions will become clearer. You will recognize what drains life. You will sense what feeds fear. You will become less drawn to confusion and more drawn to peace. You will not need to react to every thought as if it were truth. You will learn to bring thoughts into my light and let me sort them with wisdom. I am renewing your relationships too. This may feel tender. When I heal you, the way you relate to others begins to change. You may no longer accept the same patterns. You may speak more honestly. You may listen with more patience. You may forgive without allowing old harm to continue. You may love people without trying to control them or be controlled by them. My beloved child, this is not hardness. This is healing. Healthy love grows where truth and grace meet. I am teaching you to stop confusing peace with silence, compassion with self-abandonment, and loyalty with carrying what belongs to another person. I am teaching you to love with clean hands and a steady heart. Remember Zacchaeus. When my son entered his house, the change did not remain only inside his emotions. It touched his relationships, his choices, and the way he handled what had harmed others. True encounter bears visible fruit. So it is with you. As my presence renews you, old relational patterns will begin to lose their hold. You will become gentler, but not weaker. You will become more honest, but not cruel. You will become more forgiving, but not blind. You will become more loving, but less driven by fear. My beloved child, I am also renewing your purpose. There were things you once pursued from pressure, from comparison, from the ache of wanting to prove your worth. There were dreams mixed with fear, plans mixed with anxiety, and efforts shaped by the belief that you had to earn a place in the world. I am cleansing purpose from pressure. I am bringing your calling back to love. You were not created merely to survive days, complete tasks, and carry burdens until your heart becomes numb. You were created to reflect my light, to bless, to serve, to build, to speak life, to carry peace, to become a living sign that my grace can make all things new. My beloved child, purpose does not always begin as something large. Sometimes it begins in the way you speak to one person with kindness, the way you create something honest, the way you pray over your family, the way you choose mercy when bitterness is available, the way you bring light into the room you are already in. Do not despise the purpose hidden in ordinary faithfulness. I can use a small room. I can use a quiet voice. I can use a healed wound. I can use the tenderness life did not destroy. My beloved child, this renewal will take time, and that is not failure. Spring does not force every flower open in one morning. Healing does not need to shout to be real. Let me renew you patiently. Let me touch one layer, then another. Let me teach your body, rest your mind, truth, your relationships, love, and your purpose peace. Each quiet change is precious to me, even before anyone else can recognize it clearly today. You are becoming whole in my hands, not rushed, not forced, not forgotten, renewed. I am renewing your body, mind, relationships, and purpose because my salvation reaches every part of life. Receive this work with humility. Let it unfold without fear. Stay near the sanctuary within, where my presence keeps making all things new. And as you continue listening, I will show you why pressure is refining you, not destroying you, because even the difficult seasons are being used by my hand to strengthen what I am renewing within you. My beloved child, I have shown you that I am renewing your body, mind, relationships, and purpose. Now I want you to understand the pressure you have felt along the way. Pressure is refining you, not destroying you. I know pressure can feel frightening. It can feel like too much weight. It can feel like your strength is being tested beyond what you can carry. It can make you wonder whether something has gone wrong, whether you have missed my voice, whether the difficulty means I have stepped away from you. But my beloved child, do not judge my presence by the absence of pressure. I am with you in the pressure. I am near you in the fire. I am working in the very place where you thought you were only being squeezed, stretched, and worn down. Pressure is not always punishment. Pressure is not always rejection. Pressure is not always a sign that the path is closed. Sometimes pressure is the place where what is false rises to the surface so it can be removed. Sometimes pressure is where hidden strength is revealed. Sometimes pressure is where faith stops being only a word and becomes a living root inside you. My beloved child, a seed must break open before it can rise through the soil. Grapes must be pressed before their sweetness becomes wine. Gold must pass through fire before its impurities are separated from its beauty. These images are not meant to make pain seem small. They are meant to show you that difficulty is not always the enemy of becoming. I do not waste pressure. I use what you surrender. I breathe purpose into what fear called destruction. Scripture speaks of faith being tested like gold refined by fire. My beloved child, the fire does not create the gold. It reveals what is already precious and removes what does not belong. In the same way, pressure is not creating your worth. Your worth is already held in my love. But pressure can reveal what I have placed in you and expose what has been weakening your peace. This is why you may feel certain things rising inside you now: old fear, old anger, old patterns of control, old doubts about my goodness. Do not be ashamed when these things surface. I am allowing you to see them so you can bring them to me. What remains hidden often remains unhealed. What comes into my light can be touched, cleansed, and changed. My beloved child, I do not refine you because I am displeased with you. I refine you because I love what I created in you. I see the brightness beneath the fear. I see the courage beneath the exhaustion. I see the tenderness beneath the guarded places. I see the calling beneath the confusion. I am not trying to break you into nothing. I am freeing you from what cannot come with you. Remember the 3 faithful men who were thrown into the fiery furnace. The fire was real. The danger was real. The fear around them was real. Yet they were not alone inside it. One, like a son of God, walked with them in the flames. When they came out, the fire had not consumed them. It had only burned away what had bound them. My beloved child, this is what I can do. The pressure that looks like it will consume you can become the place where bondage loses its grip. The trial that looks like an ending can become evidence that I was walking beside you. The heat that frightens you can become the moment you learn that my presence is not limited by comfortable places. I am with you there. In the hard conversation, in the uncertain waiting, in the financial strain, in the family tension, in the season when old strength no longer works and new strength is still being formed, I am with you. My beloved child, pressure also teaches you what your heart has been leaning on. When everything feels easy, it is possible to believe you are trusting me, while secretly resting on control, approval, routine, or visible security. But when those supports shake, the heart discovers what has truly been holding it. Do not fear that discovery. It is mercy. If something weak has been carrying your peace, I will show you. If fear has been guiding your choices, I will reveal it. If pride has been hiding behind responsibility, I will uncover it gently. Not to shame you, but to establish you on something stronger, on me. My beloved child, I want you to be rooted in what cannot be taken by changing circumstances. I want your peace to run deeper than the opinions of people. I want your identity to be stronger than success or failure. I want your hope to remain alive even when the answer has not arrived. This kind of depth is often formed in pressure, not because pressure is stronger than my love, because my love is strong enough to meet you there. Do not let pressure make you harsh. Let it make you honest. Do not let it make you bitter. Let it make you dependent. Do not let it close your heart. Let it teach you to bring your heart to me faster. My beloved child, some of what you are losing in this season is not life. It is fear. It is false urgency. It is the need to please everyone. It is the habit of measuring my faithfulness by immediate comfort. It is the belief that you must understand everything before you can trust me. Let those things go. They were weights, not wings. You were not meant to carry them into the next season. I know the pressure has not felt gentle. I know there have been moments when you felt tired of being stretched. I know you have prayed for relief, and I hear those prayers. I am not cruel. I will not leave you in the furnace one moment longer than my wisdom allows. But while you are there, know this: I am not absent. I am refining, strengthening, purifying, and preparing you. One day you will look back and see that pressure did not erase you. It taught your soul to stand with me, trust me, and carry light again without bowing to fear. You will come out changed, softer where love needed to deepen, stronger where fear once ruled, clearer where confusion once crowded your mind, humbler where pride once protected pain, more rooted in me than before. My beloved child, pressure is refining you, not destroying you. The fire does not have the final word. The trial does not define the whole story. The heat does not cancel the promise. I am still Lord over the process, and my hand is steady. Stay close to me. Breathe in my peace. Let the refining work finish its holy purpose. And as you continue listening, I will show you that the new dawn has truly begun, because what survived the fire will now rise into light, with a faith made purer, deeper, and more ready for the season I have prepared. My beloved child, I have shown you that pressure is refining you, not destroying you. Now I want you to lift your eyes and receive the truth I have been preparing your heart to hear. The new dawn has truly begun. Do not look only at the darkness that came before it. Do not measure this new beginning by how much light you can see in one moment. Dawn does not arrive by forcing the whole sky to brighten at once. It begins quietly. A thin line of light appears where the night once seemed endless. The air changes before the full sun is seen. The earth begins to wake before the day is complete. So it is with you. My beloved child, something has shifted. You may not yet see every answer. You may not yet understand every road. You may not yet feel completely free from the weariness of the former season. But the night does not have the same authority anymore. My light has touched the edge of your story, and what I begin I know how to complete. You have walked through waiting. You have brought me your weariness. You have opened your hands. You have learned to listen in quiet places. You have allowed gratitude, peace, surrender, and trust to begin shaping the rhythm of your soul. None of this was small. Every hidden yes became part of the dawn. Every quiet prayer became part of the dawn. Every tear surrendered into my hands became part of the dawn. Every time you chose hope while fear still spoke, light was already beginning to rise inside you. My beloved child, I know the long night felt convincing. It told you that nothing would change. It told you that your prayers had disappeared. It told you that the pressure was the final chapter. But darkness has never been stronger than my command. In the beginning, I spoke light into emptiness, and light came forth. I am still the God who calls light where the human eye sees only void. Scripture says that weeping may remain for a night, but joy comes in the morning. I do not say this to minimize the night. I saw it. I sat with you in it. I held you when your strength was thin. I counted the tears you could not explain. But my beloved child, the night was never meant to own you. Morning belongs to me. And because you belong to me, morning has found you. This new dawn does not mean every process is finished. It means a new light has entered the process. It means you are no longer walking with the same blindness. It means the burden that once felt like a wall is becoming a doorway. It means your heart is beginning to recognize my hand where it once saw only delay. Look carefully. Your peace is not as fragile as it was. Your hope is breathing again. Your discernment is clearer. Your prayers are more honest. Your soul is learning to return to me faster than before. These are signs of dawn. Do not dismiss them because they are gentle. My beloved child, some of my greatest beginnings arrive softly. A child is formed in hiddenness. A seed breaks beneath the soil. A spring begins as water moving under stone before it becomes a visible stream. The kingdom often begins like a small seed yet grows into shelter. So do not despise the beginning because it appears small. I am not finished. I am not uncertain. I am not late. I am leading you into the day I have prepared. Remember Mary Magdalene at the tomb in the early morning. She came carrying grief, thinking the story had ended in sorrow. But the garden that seemed to hold death became the place where resurrection was revealed. She heard her name and everything changed. What looked like loss became the first announcement of life. My beloved child, I know you have stood beside places that looked final. You have looked at closed stones, silent prayers, and buried hopes. But I am the God who speaks names in gardens of grief. I am the one who turns mourning into witness, silence into calling, and endings into new beginnings. Hear me, call your name with love. You are not forgotten. You are not finished. You are not standing at the end of hope. The new dawn has truly begun. Now I want you to walk differently, not proudly, not carelessly, not as someone who believes there will never be another challenge. Walk humbly, but walk awake. Walk gently, but walk with courage. Walk with open hands, but also with a steady heart. Do not return to the old fear simply because it is familiar. Do not rebuild the prison I have been leading you out of. When old thoughts return, answer them with my truth. When old shame whispers, remember my mercy. When old pressure rises, return to my peace. When the past tries to define you, stand in the light of what I am making new. My beloved child, the dawn is not only around you, it is within you. A new tenderness is rising. A new strength is forming. A new hunger for what is pure, peaceful, and true is taking root. The world may not notice it immediately, but heaven sees it clearly. I am making all things new, not all things rushed, not all things loud, not all things according to fear's timetable. New, with patience, with wisdom, with love that does not fail. So receive this morning with trust. Let your heart stop arguing with hope. Let your eyes open again. Let your prayers become songs again. Let your steps move forward without demanding to understand the entire road. I am with you in the light, just as I was with you in the night. You do not need to chase the morning. Receive it. You do not need to prove that you are ready. Walk with me. You do not need to fear the next shadow. My light will meet you there steady and gentle for every step ahead. My beloved child, this is the closing word I place over you. You were not brought here by accident. You were not held through fire for nothing. You were not taught surrender only to remain bound. You were not given peace only to lose it at the next wind. I have been preparing you, healing you, strengthening you, and awakening you for the day now beginning. Rise in peace. Walk in gratitude, work from love, return often to my presence, carry the light gently. Let your life become a quiet testimony that I still restore weary hearts, still speak in ordinary moments, still turn waiting into preparation, pressure into refinement, and night into morning. The new dawn has truly begun, my beloved child. Go forward knowing this. My hand is upon you. My peace is within you. My voice will continue to guide you. And the light I have started in your life will keep spreading until the places once covered by fear are filled with the warmth of my faithful love.